Uh-oh, my dad's sick at home, and suddenly there was a shift in the universe, and he was like, son, you have to say it again. Good evening, my friends. Ah, yes, thank you. My dad has passed that on to me, the good evening thing. It's both endearing and annoying. So my name is Zach Hinkle. Actually, I don't need to do that because I have members here who didn't see the show last night, and I have Wilcox Weekend folks here who did see the show last night. Hello, Wilcox Weekend folks. And so I'm not going to give the regular spiel, but the members who are here tonight that were not here last night did not hear this part, which is the part that my friend Bill whispered to me as I was speaking last night. And I wanted to make sure to say it again for the members who are here, which is last year the Wilcox Weekend was canceled because of the storm. And as our members know, we founded the Whitehorse Community Fund to support nonprofit organizations that continue to help our neighbors with recovery and relief. One of the first checks that came for the community fund came from Wilcox Weekend participants who decided because the weekend was canceled, they would forfeit their payment to the Wilcox Weekend and instead send a check to the community fund. And they were one of the first donors. So Wilcox Weekend, thank you. And just as a reminder to our members, with that foundation check, we've built upon it and distributed over $300,000 to nonprofits in our neck of the woods. And so that's something to be celebrated as well. And for our members in the room who were not here last night, let me again say that here at Whitehorse, we celebrate David Wilcox because he has been a champion of Whitehorse and a good friend when we need someone to lean into for some gravitas at an event, to play a quick song to get people's attention. He always shows up. So David Wilcox, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
And now on to the show.
Hi. I'm going to start us off with a song that is wrong. It is a song that is actually not truthful, misleading. But we grew up with a lot of those songs, didn't we? I remember growing up listening to Motown. I was listening to Diana Ross sing, I'm gonna make you love me. Ooh, yes I will. No, you won't. It just doesn't work that way, does it? But, you know, there's a lot of songs that if you really, believed them, they would ruin your life. We're not going to sing those songs unless they have a warning label like this song. This song is wrong because this song is about trying to banish the inner critic. Now, we know that's impossible. You can't banish the inner critic. You have to, pour it a cup of tea, give it a magazine. It's the voice in the back of your head, the negative one. But this song doesn't know that it's impossible to banish the inner critic. So, at least you're warned. I'd kick his ass if I could reach it. Or get the bully off of my back. I just hate it that he knows my weakness. He sees the confidence that I lack. I'm running by. There's no hiding. He's a part of me. He's a part of me. Yeah, I can't stop fighting my worst enemy. My worst enemy. Yeah. He's got me in the house that he haunted, and all of the demands got met. I just gave him everything that he wanted, but he hasn't freed the hostage yet. I'm running by. There's no hiding my worst enemy. I didn't want to have to go in there. I tried to take him out from here instead. Well, I got a clear shot in the crosshairs, but I was looking at the back of my head. I'm running by. There's no hiding. He's a part of me, he's a part of me, yeah. I can't stop fighting my worst enemy, yeah. Thanks, y'all. I have felt better and better all weekend with this Wilcox Weekend thing. I thought I was gonna, like be giving music, giving advice. No, I've been receiving all this good vibes and beautiful, kind people, and it's been revivifying. And I'm very inspired and grateful to be in the company of such awesome musicians. It's been lovely. And so let's now turn our attention to the beautiful and talented Mai.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. Yes. Well, I like a songs in the round because you never know what you're going to play until the person before you plays. And then you're like, okay, what do I have to say to that?
Yeah.
Well, hi, my name is Mai, and I came from quite a distance to be here, and I just love songwriting. We've been talking about it for the whole last few days at the Wilcox Weekend up in Black Mountain at the Montreat Retreat Center. It was a treat. And we're learning a lot, and what a way to start. You were singing about running. So this is kind of making me think about this song. It's an older song I put out, and nice reminder after the last few days that sometimes you just need to remind yourself you're not behind, you're not ahead, you're right on time. Sometimes it really feels like it's hard to keep up. Yeah, let's just all take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Songs are nice reminders for the things that we so easily forget. All right, this is a reminder. We all made it here right on time. I can't afford the burden of indecision anymore. The price of this commotion is more than I bargained for. I put it off, now I wish that I had been warned about the little clock. It's getting too loud, getting too loud to ignore. You see, lately the pace of my life has kept me from sleep. I can't see the steps, I can't even find my feet. Oh, I feel like I'm running in place in some unshakable dream. Oh, is my apprehension gaining on me? 'Cause I feel like I'm running. Yeah, I feel like I'm running out of time. Ooh. Yeah, my friends are all urban up, they're all moving in. Yeah, bigger is better for houses and cars, and they got the money, the marriage, the kids, and I never needed it all. I never lived by a shopping list. No, comparing apples to oranges, that's dangerous. 'Cause I feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I feel This is patience with a heart. Oh, this is learning how to run in the dark. This is caution to the wind. If you don't know where to begin, just look at where you've been. I look at where I've been, still I feel like I'm running. Or do you feel like you're falling? And if you feel like you're barely hanging on, just hang on. Everything in its own time. Yeah, just hang on. Whoa, don't you know we are right where we belong?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I haven't played that in like 10 years, so thank you.
Pretty fun.
Let me just try something new. It still applies, unfortunately.
Real quick, can I get some of Mai's guitar in my monitor? Por favor. Thank you. Hi, I'm Andy.
Oh, this song.
A good half-inch of dust had built up on the pews. There were pieces missing from the stained glass dove. There was a broken lock on one of the basement doors. You could open if you pushed it hard enough. It was winter time. The streets were cold as hell. They laid their sleeping bags along the altar rail. It was holy ground. It was holy ground. It was holy ground. As the word got out, the sanctuary filled with folks who had no other place to call their home. At night they'd share a meal. There's not normally that break there. At night they'd share a meal and pass a bottle round. Something they were all accustomed to alone. The piano's out of tune. Some keys don't even work. But one guy could play a song out of the hymnal book. It was holy ground. It was holy ground. It was holy ground. The local priest, he soon got word of the vagrants in the empty church. He was told to go to the house of God and clear them out, 'cause after all, it was holy ground. He was met at the door by a man with open arms, saying, welcome to the one place we belong. He saw the shiny floors beneath the sleeping bags. He could hear the sound of laughter down the hall. And later on that night, as they broke the bread, he asked them if there's room for an extra bed, 'cause it was holy ground. It was holy ground. It was holy ground. Thank you. I meant to mention there's a scoreboard up here, and this wasn't my idea. I didn't want to be part of this. I didn't even want it up here. I kind of argued. I tried to have it taken off the stage, but apparently they tell me there's like sensors all around this room, and the home team represents this half of you guys, and the guest team represents you guys, and it just logs in who has the best applause after each song. So, I mean, no. Listen, I've got no control over this. It's just after the song. Do with that what you will. Dave?
So good. What a beautiful song, Andy. Thank you. Many years ago, when I was first getting to know Nance, my lovely wife, she came to visit the house that I grew up in, and she met my mom and my dad and my brother, and she talked to them all separately for a while, and then she said, Dave, we need to talk. I said, what? She said, come here. She pulled me out in the backyard. She said, David, you told me that you had a happy childhood. I said, yeah. She said, David, I have met your parents. Come on. I didn't want a victim story. I wanted an adventure story. So, in this song, all that is represented in a simple image. Instead of talking about a traumatic childhood, just pretend that there was like a small plane crash. But you get out from the wreckage, you're okay, not a scratch on you. And you look around, you realize, oh, well, you're the only one who made it out. See, so that has an interesting advantage. Because when they come running up, the rescue team, and they say, oh my God, what happened? Right in that moment, you realize, well, you got a lot of leeway with your story. So, make up a good one. I was the lone survivor when we landed in the field. The full investigation never was revealed. The hurt got covered over, never really healed. The scars are on the inside, the evidence was sealed. But the way I tell the story, I just brushed off the dirt. I landed in a haystack, barely tore my shirt. Because what good would it do me to just replay the past? Accidents will happen, this one happened fast. So I'll look to where I'm going instead of where I've been. I won't deny my history, but I'll give it quite a spin. So the way I tell the story, I just brushed off the dirt. I landed in a haystack, barely tore my shirt. If I'm the only witness, then the story's up to me. If no one else has lived to tell, no one can disagree. Crawling from the wreckage, my childhood up in flames, burning down the spiral of alcohol and shame. But the way I tell the story, I just brushed off the dirt. I landed in a haystack, barely tore my shirt. Since I'm the only witness, well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll make a hero's journey of the shit that I've been through. I saw the blaze, turned around and ran before it blew. You can't say I crashed and burned, but I can say I flew. I flew. I flew.
Zach, thank you so much for doing sound tonight. I would just love to ask for a little adjustment on Andy and Dave's vocals. Well, I think all I'm getting is their reverb. So maybe you could explore that.
Reverb.
All I'm getting is like reverb from them, but I would love their voices instead.
Voices. Mai, listen to me.
I am your conscience. Reverb is kind of a Halloween effect, you know?
We've been cooped up for a while, you guys. Oh my God.
This reminds me, I forgot a capo from the car. I'm going to go get it. I'll be right back.
There's some if you want in the white zipper bag in there. Regular kinds, but okay.
I'm sure it's not a normal one.
Yeah, you might want something different. Well, okay, speaking of different, we were here last night. Were you all here, some of you here last night? Yes! So it's so fun to play. Yeah, you get to, well, anyway, I'm going to play a different song I didn't play last night, but when we play the songs that we did play last night, you get to listen to them differently. What a joy to be here to play 2 nights. Is everyone okay? There's an alarm. Okay. So it's a gift to make music for a living. I'm so amazed I've been able to do it for about 25 years now. And always on the road, you know, for all the musicians here and all the creative people that have been in this week together this weekend. A lot of our work involves being gone and being supported by loved ones at home and also people who come and see live music. So this is a song honoring those who are holding down the fort at home. And I had a rare chance to kind of experience that from the other side. My husband went to France briefly to do some art, and he started doing this little hiatus every once in a while. And so then I got to say goodbye and feel what that was like to be the one at home. And it really made me really grateful for all those supporters of musicians who have to leave. This is called Eclipse.
Can we pause just for a moment? Do we know what the beep is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I know. Is somebody backing up for a while?
Yeah. It's like a little rascal just going back. Yeah.
Back it up, back it up. Hopefully everything's okay. Oh, the scoring is getting hot. Well, consider this the airplane pulling out of the tarmac. Back. Yeah, thing, okay. On the day before you leave, I'm dreaming. There's so many days still ahead. When I wake up, sorry. On the day before you leave, I'm dreaming. There's so many days still ahead. I see so far across the landscape of this bed. Soon there will be an ocean between us like a full moon, and I'll stare into the sea full of stars and always think of you. To me now in chapters. It's an old book that I write. I stare at the page with a pen in my hand. Revelation, this is what I've been waiting for. On my guitar, I want to love with a velveteen heart. Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah.
This might be our last song, Andy. Make it a good one.
This is the last song?
Might be, yeah. It's 2 hours.
There'll be another
That's a
one.
lot.
There'll be another one with me that you're going to do.
Well,
You
maybe.
better think about it.
It depends on the scoreboard.
It's a close one. Well, no way. Not even we're close to the last song for roast beef. I was gonna say that one, it's just been such an honor to be here. You guys are so kind. Thanks for being a kind audience.
Thanks.
Even though you're being judged by some random thing for the scoreboard. And thanks to Dave. Thank you for having me as part of this weekend, and my good friend Mai. So good to be here with you guys. For me, I'm still a fairly immature person, and part of that is that I've never been good with like meditation or spiritual disciplines or any kind of disciplines really. Just like I have a hard time following through. And I always wanted to act like a grown-up, but always had a hard time doing it. And when I was in my mid-20s, I went through a really rough season. And this older guy who's kind of like a spiritual director, guru kind of dude, he reached out to me and he said, hey, I heard you're going through a hard time. Would you like to meet with me? And I knew he was really hard to get in with. He was really busy. And so I felt really honored. And I went to go meet with him, and I kind of told him about what was going on in my life and how it was falling apart. And he listened. And I told him that I wanted to be a grown-up. And being a grown-up to me meant like getting up early and like meditating for hours and praying and reading the Bible and doing this kind of stuff. And anyway, so I shared everything that was going on. I said, okay, since I'm going through this hard time, I think that's what I needed to propel me into adulthood. And after he listened, he just said, well, can I ask you a couple questions? I said, sure. He said, do you like getting up early in the morning? I said, no, that's pretty much why I became a musician. I didn't want to have to get up in the morning. And he said, do you like reading the Bible? And I was like, yeah, just because I didn't want to get struck by lightning. But truth is, reading anything just put me to sleep. And the Bible was like a big old melatonin for me. And I wish that it wasn't, but it was. I'd read it, and other people would get all this stuff out of it, and they'd memorize it. And I had a hard time doing that. I just had a hard time following along. And I felt like I was just reading it to get something that I could use against somebody else. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite thing to do. And then he said, do you know what my most important spiritual discipline is that I do? And I was like, no, what? He said, my most important spiritual discipline is I walk my dog on the golf course because I love walking my dog on the golf course. He's like, I think you need to find something that you love to do, something that makes your heart come alive, and trust that you are made that way to love that thing. And trust that God, whoever God is going to meet you there. And, I was in my mid-20s. I thought that was a big cop-out, because what I loved was, like, Chinese buffets and blackjack, and I was like, I don't see how this is going to work out. But he basically planted a seed in my heart to start paying attention to the things that make my heart come alive. And that was a harder journey than I thought it would be, because I realized that in some ways I had forgotten what that feeling was. Because anytime I kind of felt like, I would love to do that, it felt like that was selfish. And anytime I had that, I was like, okay, I'm going to put a big wet blanket over that, because like being a good person in the world means like denying yourself whatever you would like so that you can be in service to other people. And, years of doing that, I just forgot what that fire felt like. And then as I started to slowly recover what it feels like, then giving myself permission. We talked about permission yesterday, and giving myself permission to enjoy it and to trust where it would take me. And I'm still heavily on that journey. But I wrote this song thinking about other spiritually immature people like me, and maybe there's some of you in this room. When you close your eyes to pray and your mind starts drifting off, do you feel a little shame, like you're getting something wrong? Like there's a way you're supposed to be that you haven't figured out, and if any of it is real, then you should be there by now. Well, God is in no hurry. You can take your time, trusting that the process is part of the design, following the crumbs of what makes you come alive. 'Cause he loves you where you are, not where you should be. God is in no hurry. When you step inside the church and you see the hands held high, do you wonder what they heard and why you can't feel that fire? So it's either all pretend, just emotions all stirred up, or a deficiency within. You're not spiritual enough. Well, God is in no hurry. You can take your time, trusting that the process is part of the design, following the crumbs of what makes you come alive. 'Cause he loves you where you are, not where you should be. God is in no hurry. You can try to force yourself into being what you're not. You can dress the doubt up well in the Sunday best you got. But I don't think God above has to be so hard to find. He's in the things you love, so linger there a while. God is in no hurry. You can take your time, trusting that the process is part of the design, following the crumbs of what makes you come alive. 'Cause he loves you where you are, not where you should be. God is in no hurry. He loves you where you are. 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 Will you sing that with me? He loves you where you are. 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 Sing it like you believe it for the person next to you. He loves you where you are. 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 One more time. He loves you where you are. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.